California is no stranger to wildfires. They are a natural part of the state's landscape. However, in recent years, the Golden State has experienced a dramatic surge in the frequency, intensity, and sheer size of these infernos. What was once a seasonal occurrence has transformed into a year-round threat, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. From the wind-whipped canyons of Southern California to the towering forests of the Sierra Nevada, wildfires are scorching the land at an alarming rate. The year 2025 began with a stark reminder of this new reality. In early January, as much of the country shivered in winter's grip, Southern California found itself battling a series of massive wildfires. Fueled by a combination of extreme drought, powerful Santa Ana winds, and tinder-dry vegetation, the blazes ripped through communities, consuming homes, businesses, and vast swaths of wildland. The images were both breathtaking and horrifying, walls of flame towering hundreds of feet into the air, homes reduced to smoldering ruins, and skies choked with thick, acrid smoke. These fires, like many before them, serve as a stark warning that the wildfire crisis in California is far from over. As the planet warms and the climate changes, experts predict that these events will only become more common and more destructive. Understanding the factors that contribute to these fires is essential for both mitigating the risks and adapting to this new era of megafires. Wildfires are a complex phenomenon, often ignited by a combination of factors. While the exact causes of the recent California fires are still under investigation, several key ingredients converge to create the perfect storm for these devastating events. First and foremost among these is the relentless grip of drought. California has been locked in a severe drought for several years, leaving vegetation parched and highly flammable. The lack of rainfall creates a tinderbox-like environment where even a small spark can ignite a conflagration. When vegetation is dry, it burns much more easily and intensely, making it harder for firefighters to contain the flames. Adding fuel to the fire, literally, are the powerful Santa Ana winds that frequently sweep down from the Great Basin in the fall and winter months. These dry, downslope winds can gust up to hurricane force, pushing flames across the landscape at astonishing speeds. The Santa Ana winds also dry out vegetation even further, exacerbating the already dangerous fire conditions. Finally, rising temperatures associated with climate change are exacerbating both drought and wind patterns. Warmer temperatures lead to increased evaporation, further drying out vegetation and soils. Climate change is also disrupting traditional weather patterns, leading to more extreme events, including prolonged droughts and more intense windstorms. The Santa Ana winds are a unique and formidable force in Southern California's fire regime. These dry, downslope winds originate in the high-pressure system that often sits over the Great Basin in the fall and winter months. As the air descends from the mountains towards the coast, it compresses and warms, creating strong, gusty winds that can reach speeds of up to 70 miles per hour or more. The Santa Ana winds have several characteristics that make them particularly dangerous when it comes to wildfires. First, they are extremely dry, with relative humidity levels often dropping below 10%. This extreme dryness wicks moisture out of vegetation, turning it into highly flammable fuel. Second, the Santa Ana winds are typically warm, further drying out vegetation and creating ideal conditions for fire ignition and spread. Third, the Santa Ana winds are often associated with what firefighters call sundowner conditions. This refers to a phenomenon where the winds intensify in the evening hours, just as the sun is setting. The timing of these wind events can be particularly problematic for firefighting efforts, as they often coincide with a decrease in humidity and an increase in fire activity. While the Santa Ana winds and drought are natural phenomena in California, climate change is acting as a threat multiplier, exacerbating these conditions and increasing the likelihood and severity of wildfires. As global temperatures rise, California is experiencing hotter, drier conditions, leading to more frequent and severe droughts. The warming climate is also disrupting traditional weather patterns, leading to more extreme events, including more intense Santa Ana wind events. The connection between climate change and wildfires is complex, but the underlying science is clear. A warmer, drier climate creates conditions that are more conducive to wildfire ignition and spread. As the planet continues to warm, we can expect to see even more frequent and severe wildfires in California and other fire-prone regions around the world. This is a global challenge that requires a global response. Section 5. The human toll: lives lost and communities displaced. The recent wildfires in California have taken a devastating toll on human life and communities. As of January 17, 2025, the Palisades and Eaton fires alone have claimed the lives of at least 27 people, with dozens more still missing. These numbers are a stark reminder of the very real human cost of these disasters. Beyond the immediate loss of life, the fires have also forced tens of thousands of people to flee their homes, seeking refuge in shelters and with friends and family. The trauma of evacuation, the loss of homes and possessions, and the uncertainty of the future can have long-lasting impacts on survivors. The psychological and emotional toll of these events should not be underestimated. Section 6. Economic devastation: a heavy price to pay. In addition to the human cost, the recent wildfires have also inflicted a heavy economic toll on California. Early estimates suggest that the total economic impact of the Palisades and Eaton fires could exceed $50 billion, making it one of the costliest wildfire disasters in the state's history. The economic losses from wildfires are wide-ranging and include direct costs, such as the destruction of homes, businesses, and infrastructure, as well as indirect costs such as lost productivity, business interruption, and the costs of emergency response and recovery. The insurance industry is also feeling the heat, with insured losses from the recent fires expected to exceed $20 billion. Section 7. Battling the Inferno: firefighting on the front lines. Fighting wildfires is a dangerous and demanding job, requiring courage, skill, and a deep commitment to protecting lives and property. The recent wildfires in California have tested the limits of even the most experienced firefighters, who have been working tirelessly to contain the blazes and protect communities. Firefighters from across California and other states have converged on the fire lines, bringing with them a vast array of equipment and expertise. From hand crews cutting fire lines to air tankers dropping fire retardant, these brave men and women are putting their lives on the line to protect others. Section 8. Investigating the causes, unraveling the complexities. While the exact causes of the recent California wildfires are still under investigation, authorities are looking into a number of possibilities, including arson, downed power lines, and human negligence. Determining the cause of a wildfire can be a complex and challenging task, often requiring extensive investigation and forensic analysis. In addition to investigating the causes of the fires, authorities are also cracking down on fire-related crimes such as looting, arson, and fraud. The chaos and displacement caused by wildfires can create opportunities for criminal activity, and law enforcement agencies are working to deter and apprehend those who seek to exploit these situations. Section 9. Preventing future disasters, adaptation, and mitigation. As California grapples with the aftermath of the recent wildfires, it is clear that the state must take steps to both adapt to this new era of megafires and mitigate the risks of future disasters. This will require a multifaceted approach that includes both short-term and long-term solutions. In the short term, this means investing in more robust firefighting resources, improving forest management practices to reduce fuel loads, and hardening infrastructure to make it more resistant to fire. In the long term, we must address the root causes of climate change by transitioning to a clean energy economy and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. The wildfire crisis in California is a complex and challenging issue, but it is not insurmountable. By working together, we can create a safer, more resilient future for California and other fire-prone regions around the world. The time to act is now.